This is America's Trucking Network. I'm Kevin Gordon, 700 WLW. I want to give an ATN welcome to Tim Wullenweber, Vice President of Marketing and Technical Sales for Coolants Plus, better known to us here as Starfire Lubricants. Welcome to the program, Tim.
Hello, Kevin. Thank you for having me on the program.
My pleasure. I wanted to talk to you about your products, get introduced to anybody that may not be familiar with your products, and some of the stuff that I've learned from being down at Mid-American Trucking Show. For some of us novices, I think a lot of us just think oil's oil, and you don't get into the idea of, okay, there's this the manufacturers recommended oils and certain lubricants, 10W40 and all that, but for the novice. But there's a lot more to this science, and having interviewed the people with American Petroleum Institute, I learned a whole lot about that. So kind of give us talk about the issues here.
Yeah, that's very true, Kevin. There are definitely different quality segments that you'll find within the oil market. Most importantly is we build the Starfire brand, which, we've been in business for 25 years now and just have been experiencing really rapid growth with our brand, which has been very exciting. It's a very comprehensive line of products that includes every type of product for automotive, heavy-duty, industrial segments, and agriculture and construction as well. But one of the really big things when we talk about the quality of those oils is, what are people using for the quality of their base oils and the additives, those things that are protecting their engine. And one way to certify that, as you had mentioned, was the American Petroleum Institute, referred to as API. And what they do is they work with the original equipment manufacturers, the OEMs, in developing specifications that those oils have to meet in order to perform properly to protect their engines, whether it's in their car or a heavy-duty semi-truck rolling down the road or that big diesel construction vehicle that's moving the earth. So with that, we're very proud to say that, all of our motor oils, including our light-duty automotive motor oils and our heavy-duty motor oils, are all licensed with API, which means that we actually had sent in our formulations for testing to API. They certified that they met all the requirements for all OEMs for all new vehicles that are being built today. And we even took that one step further for a heavy-duty segment, which is extremely important to us, in that we submitted our formulations for our 15W40 motor oil and our 10W30 motor oil to all the OEMs for their actual OEM approval, which is even more stringent than what API said. So we're proud to say that we've actually got the OEM approvals for the fill on their lines, if necessary, for Cummins, Detroit Diesel, Volvo, Mack, Renault, and Mercedes-Benz. So very, very heavy, very big in the heavy-duty segment, and a very, very important that we supply a very high-quality product within that segment to our consumers.
And that is a step above and beyond what is normally done, isn't it?
That's true. Yes, you'll see. There's a lot of different oils where you'll see other brands of oils outside of the majors that some people will recognize. Some of the less familiar names where they will use inferior quality base oils and additives, and even though they may list it as a heavy-duty 15W40, they may not have the licensing from API, which would be designated by that starburst that you'll see on a label, which gives you that stamp of approval. And then you can go onto our website at starfire.com, or even many of the OEMs will actually list those approvals from them, where you'll see many of the majors along with Starfire as an approved OEM fluid on the 15W40s and 10W30 heavy-duty motor oils.
My guest is Tim Wullenweber, Vice President, Marketing and Technical Sales of Coolants Plus, Starfire Lubricants. And when API sets the standards, that is, did I read in there or did I hear somewhere that is minimum standards of what they expect? And then you guys said, okay, that's fine, but we're going to take this a step up and then actually formulate it to get the approval from Cummins, Detroit Diesel, Volvo, and other OEMs.
Well, yeah, so API will work with the OEMs, and what they do is they generate these engine testing tests that the oils have to perform in to meet the minimum standards to perform in all new vehicles that are on the road. It is actually the OEMs that will set more stringent standards for their oil. One
above and beyond the API standards.
That's
okay.
Correct. And yeah, one of those examples would be the General Motors Dexos motor oils, which set even a higher standard for their automotives. And we are proud also to say that we're licensed with GM under the Dexos Gen 3 specification to meet their standards as well. So we always make sure that we're meeting the highest standards for all those OEMs.
And that's because, and I love in some of your material that I was reading over, it says, keeping a business moving by breaking corporate mold that everyone else tries to follow, because we aren't here to be like everybody else, which is that kind of make yourself stand out different from other companies.
That is true. We operate very differently than many of the bureaucratic red tape issues you'll run into with a lot of different larger companies and even some smaller companies. For us, we're very customer service driven for both our consumer people that are buying our products and our distributors who are getting those products out to the consumers in the market. We do things very differently as far as, we're readily available. We answer our phone when people call in and want to talk to us and ask us about, the products that they might be using or may be considering using in the Starfire line. And we ship product faster than anybody in the marketplace. If we have products in stock, they ship the same day that the orders are placed through our distributors.
And Tim Wullenweber, let's not glaze over what one of the things you just said is that we answer the phone. Because that is one of the biggest rubs. A little bit about me, I am a recovering accountant. And so in being involved in businesses and financial side and trying to work and be a management consultant with different companies, one of the things I've always said right from the beginning is make sure that somebody's answering your phone. This phone tree thing, people take it for granted, and I guess people are getting more used to it. But it really shocks people when you make the phone call and somebody actually answers the phone and can get you connected with who you need to speak to right then and there. That is a step above and beyond what I think a lot of people anticipate.
That is true, and we take very much pride in the fact that we are always here to answer the phone and respond to our customers and our distributors.
Yeah, and that is, in a lot of instances, from a marketing standpoint, that is their first identification with your company, your first impression with your company. And the first impression, as they say, is the thing that really makes the deal. And so by having somebody, that is something that a lot of people don't even take into consideration anymore. And I applaud you guys for that, because that is just amazing. And then going a step above to get the qualifications and getting the different specifications as far as these different companies and the different OEM manufacturers, that is a step too that tells the companies and tells the people out there that you care, that you're interested in those products and interested in the customer base. You don't get that very often anymore.
That's true, and that's one of the reasons that we have grown so quickly throughout the marketplace, and not only throughout the U.S., but also internationally with the Starfire brand.
That's amazing. Now, there are some other things we want to talk about, too, is, this is a complete portfolio of products. We're not just talking about engine oil and lubricants. We're talking about a whole line, a full service end of products.
That's correct, and we service a lot of different markets also, Kevin. Automotive is very, very big for us. And heavy duty is one of our most important segments. And, as I mentioned earlier, not only do we have an entire portfolio of products throughout, the automotive market segment, from everything from the motor oils to antifreeze and wiper fluid, but heavy duty is the same way. It's an excellent full portfolio of products, which includes really every type of heavy duty motor oil, from conventionals to full synthetics to mono grades to the newest 15W40s and 5W40s and 10W30s that are on the market. We have a full line of heavy duty antifreeze. We have gear oils, both conventional and full synthetic, and transmission fluids. We have diesel exhaust fluid. We have grease. We have air brake antifreeze. We have diesel anti-gel treatments. We've got brake cleaners, we've got degreasers, we even got hand cleaners for the heavy-duty segment. So it's just a very comprehensive portfolio and a one-stop shop for that market.
And so when you have, you're not specializing in just one area. You've got a broad range of products that you manufacture, that you produce and have available as far as your portfolio. And as you say, a one-stop shopping experience, because when people are in the market for different things. I mean, they're not just looking for one item, and it's great that you have an availability to people that you can then go to the one source instead of having to make 4 or 5 different phone calls to get the stuff that you need.
That's true. We've seen many of the distributors that have converted to Starfire that were frustrated with having to look for multiple sources for different products to satisfy their segment. And when they actually had an opportunity to speak with us here at Starfire and see the complete portfolio of products and make it easy for them from a one-stop shop, they were very happy to come online and be a distributor for the Starfire product line.
That is fantastic. Hey, have you got time to hang around and do another segment with us? Because we got a lot of stuff to get to here.
Yeah, I'd love to. Thank you,
All right.
Kevin.
Thank you. My guest is Tim Wullenweber, Vice President of Marketing and Technical Sales for Coolants Plus, better known to our listeners as Starfire. I'm Kevin Gordon, America's Trucking Network, 700 WLW. I'm Kevin Gordon, America's Trucking Network, 700 WLW. Continue our conversation with Tim Wullenweber, Vice President of Marketing and Technical Sales, Coolants Plus, or as people on this end know as more as Starfire. And we were talking a little bit off air, but I want to bring this up because this is something that as a consumer, as a consultant, as an individual who's dealt with corporations, and even from a marketing standpoint, the idea that this company actually answers their phones when you call and when you look at their website, the fact that you go to their website and you can actually find what you need, easily to navigate. And so many times we run into, Tim, that we go onto these websites and you wonder, does anybody in that company ever use, do they ever try to buy something from their own company?
That's true. We always take feedback from many of our distributors and our customers that are utilizing our site. And one of the things that we do, we are constantly revising it, updating information, putting new data on there, posting new videos and content about our products, about our company. But one of the biggest things is making sure that you can get to the information that you want to and that you need with the less clicks. So it is a very quick and easy user-friendly website to get the information that you need.
That is unusual these days. I can't tell you the number of times, and especially just at the end of this Christmas season where, you know, you're doing a lot of people are doing more shopping online, of just how aggravating some of these websites can actually be, and to actually get someplace where, number one, they answer the phone and then they actually have a decent website. Oh my gosh, it's incredible.
Right.
So
yeah, I mean, one of the things that's very important too is a lot of people are looking for more technical information about the products that they're wanting to buy. We were finding that consumers are educating themselves a lot more today about the products that they're using, and it's the same with the lubricants that they're putting in their cars and the other products that they're using for their automotive and heavy-duty trucks. And there's plenty of content on our website that explains in great detail how our products are made. There's videos on there as well that people can view. So there's just a wealth of really good information and detailed information about our products and services on our Starfire website.
Yeah, and it's not one of those things where it's kind of like the teaser and then it says, okay, well, you got to go here for more information. No, the information is there, and you kind of do the sale before they even get to the purchasing part of it. So the sale is made and takes care of that ahead of time. And as you mentioned, people are a little bit more tech savvy now. They know what they want. They're looking for the technical specifications of things. And so to have that information available is light years ahead of a lot of other companies.
That's true, and one of the things that they'll find when they visit the Starfire.com website also is that in a lot of different places, our phone number is posted very readily because, once again, Kevin, we answer the phone when you call us.
Yeah. As you say in your literature, we answer the damn phone, which is great. Tim Wullenweber, Vice President, Marketing and Technical Sales of Coolants Plus. We're talking about Starfire products. And this is not just a nationwide, but an international reach of Starfire brand as well.
That's correct. We've been very fortunate in the rapid growth of the Starfire brand, and not only do we reach all the way, all across the United States, but we're up into Canada, we're in the Middle East, we're in Central America, we do a lot in the Caribbean nations, and Dominican Republic, and Jamaica, and Costa Rica, we're in Africa, and even China. So the brand has been expanding very rapidly, both nationally and internationally.
From a startup from 25 years ago to this point is absolutely remarkable, and shows that you guys have a really great team and a great focus to provide service to many different customers, and that is admirable to say the least.
Well, thank you, Kevin. Our long-term goal is to be a major brand in the industry that is as recognizable as many of the other major brands that you see out there on the shelves today. We want to be recognized in the same way, and that's what we're working toward. And in order to do that, we had to make sure that we had, first of all, quality products that people were going to be satisfied with. And then also a good breadth of products that wide range of portfolio. So they had not only those motor oils, but the gear oils and the transmission fluids and the antifreeze and coolants and the whole range of products that they would need.
Now, I did notice in your news and media section the fact that you guys have not only celebrated your 25th anniversary, but you broke ground on a new state-of-the-art facility back in December, middle of December, basically?
Yes, right towards, just about the end of November, we broke ground. We're looking to hopefully be in that facility sometime around October of next year, maybe a little bit before that. But again, with our rapid growth, we've been blessed in being able to, move into a new facility and build this facility. And one of the things that we wanted to do was we wanted to be as efficient as possible. And this new facility will help us be more efficient in logistics and shipping those products out in even a more rapid pace.
And one of the things I'm reading between the lines here by a company expanding and doing construction in these economic times is somebody is gearing up for the future. They seem that they want to improve their product, improve the efficiency, as you mentioned, and they're investing in their company with the expectations of moving forward and continuing to grow and not just being satisfied with where we are, but continuing to grow and get into other markets as well.
That's true. We've never been satisfied with the status quo, Kevin. And Starfire has been growing since its inception. We've never had a down year with our company, and that's afforded us the ability to build this new facility. And the outlook is looking fantastic with the growth. Again, as we indicated in both the national and international markets, we are expecting tremendous growth in the future.
And just because kind of a follow-up on that, I guess Tim Wullenweber, Vice President Marketing and Technical Sales at Coolants Plus, what are you foreseeing as far as 2025? Is this an indication with the construction of this facility that you're anticipating even more growth in 2025 and into the future? Or how are you guys viewing that so far? Because I've talked to a lot of different businesses related to American Trucking Network, but also friends and other businesses, and it seems that there is kind of this optimistic idea or feeling going into 2025 that some of the things that are holding back the economy will be going forward.
Yes, Kevin, we're very optimistic for 2025 and the years beyond. As I indicated, we have never had a down year with our company. Even during the pandemic, we had seen upward growth in our company, which was very irregular in the industry for that. And one of the reasons for that is when products were hard to get a hold of at that time, we were able to still supply products to our customers. And the reason we were able to do that is because we own our own blending facility. So a lot of times when you see other brands that aren't the major brands out there, there are companies who are contract packaged to blend those and package those products for those specific brands. Well, with the Starfire brand, we own our own blending facility, which is located up in Northampton, Pennsylvania, called Penstar, which relates to the Starfire brand. And that is where we blend all of our motor oils and gear oils and industrial oils, hydraulic oils. So having the ability to supply product, even in the years when products were hard to get a hold of, enabled us to grow during those times.
Yeah, and being able to have the domestic products and not having to import a lot of items when we're talking about supply chain issues. And when you are dependent upon others in your supply chain as opposed to making sure that your own supply chain is intact, that puts you miles ahead in terms of being able to service your customers.
Oh, absolutely. I think a lot of the heavy-duty customers that are listening today will attest to the fact that they were unable to get a lot of 15W40 motor oil and other heavy-duty motor oils during the pandemic, and we were able to still supply those products to our customers when others were unable to put those in the marketplace.
It's just absolutely amazing. And of course, you guys offer technical support, and people can call up and actually, answer the phone and get the technical support that you need. So it's great, and I'm proud to have been able to talk to you and spend some time with you. And hopefully, people have learned something about your company, as well as me learning something about your company, and letting people know that you're there for them whenever they need it.
Absolutely. Kevin, thank you so much. And again, we would invite everybody to visit our website at starfire.com. And at any time, please, you're welcome to give us a call. We would love to talk to you and talk to you in more detail about our products and our company.
I guess before we leave, I should ask, where else can people buy your products? Is it through the company? Is there other outlets, other distributors?
Yeah, we work through a lot of different distribution networks, so it's hard to say exactly what stores in every state that we would be in. So all I would ask is that if you do go into the store that you normally buy and you don't see a Starfire product, that you would ask your supplier at that point to start carrying the Starfire line, and we'd be more than happy to ship product into their location if they don't have it already.
Exactly. And hit up the website. And once again, the website.
Yep. Starfire.com, STARFIRE.com.
Tim, thanks so much for spending time with us. Certainly appreciate it.
Thank you very much, Kevin.
I'm Kevin Gordon, America's Trucking Network, 700 WLW.